Hey team, what is up and welcome back to the KITCHEL Sports Network, the newest edition of Midnight Madness, breaking down the best of the weekend in college basketball. Some teams playing themselves in the tournament and on to the bubble with some upsets and great moments. To the highlights in just a moment. Follow me on Twitter at Robbie D. Kitchell. You stay up to date on everything with video productions and tune in to Game Time Sports with JB and KB, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Links in the bottom. It's a great sports talk show. You guys should all tune in. Now, something new I'm going to try tonight is normally I have a shot sheet with all my highlights. I have no shot sheet. I'm just going straight on memory. I have some box scores up here on the computer with me just to show you really how difficult it is to go through these highlights and put your own spin on things. We're going to try it tonight. We're going to see how it goes. We start off first in San Diego. BYU San Diego State vying for a #1 seed and a Mountain West championship. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we had an instant classic, and you know who's coming. It's Jimmer Fredette, ladies and gentlemen. One of the best players in the country, trying to do it all once again for BYU as he got things going at Viejas Arena. The Aztecs partying it up before the game. First half, Jimmer, right? Let me mention that there is an I in Jimmer. Making it rain from three-point range. BYU, they were really taking it to the Aztecs, but San Diego State went on a little mini run towards the end of the half, capped off here by, look at Billy White. Get up and throw it down, young man. San Diego State down by 3 at the half. Second half, though, the Jimmer show comes to life as he drives the lane, basket and the foul. Jimmer finished with 25, but they wouldn't have won this game if it wasn't for the team around Jimmer, because there were a lot of guys that were just bearing shots from everywhere. One of them was Charles Abuo as he buried the tray there, 4 of 5 from three-point range, a career-high 18 for Charles Abuo, and then BYU's going to finish it off. Brandon Davies down the lane. BYU, they do it, and they put themselves in the conversation for a #1 seed with an 80-67 final. Senior day in Georgetown, Chris Wright not playing due to a broken hand. Hoyas trying to send him off in the right way with a win over Syracuse. End of the first half. James Sutherland from three-point range. Sutherland, big contributor off the bench for the Orange with 9 points, and the Orange up by 10 at the break. Second half, though, Austin Freeman finding the range and knocking down the tray. It's a three-point game at this point. Georgetown, they always seem to have a run in them when they're playing at home. And they show a little defense on the block by Lubick. Rick Jackson, stick-to-itiveness. And the Orange up by 2. Under 5 to go. This is just when you got to tip your hat and just go back and play defense. Scoop Jardine's just been playing out of his mind lately. 17.7 dimes for the Bronx, New York native. Under 30 seconds to go. Images of Akeem Warwick as Jason Clark's three-pointer blocked. And Syracuse would go on to get a much-needed road victory. 58-51 caps off a great week for the Orange as they get 2 road wins at Villanova and Georgetown. Upset of the week, you could say. Well, we're going to get to a better upset, I should say. But it's in Boulder. Texas, they've been dominant all season long, and so is Tristan Thompson. The pass from Jacobin Brown. Texas up by 15 at the half, but in the second half, things begin to get interesting. Alec Burks with the pull-up jumper, and he was just warming up. Buffs trailing by 2. Again, they are down by as much as 20. Not until Levi Knudsen. Yes, sir. 21 points from Knudsen. And the Buffs, they're poised to pull away in this one. And Alec Burks, the guy that was doing it all. 33 points, 10 boards from the guard. He hadn't had over 20 all season long. That was until he met Texas. And they're partying in Boulder. The Buffs putting themselves onto the bubble with a 91-89 win over Texas. To the Wachovia Center, St. John's and Villanova. St. John's is one team that is playing themselves into the tournament and playing themselves into a much better seed. Look at Dwight Hardy from three-point range. Hardy just played out of his mind. We talk about guys playing out of their mind. He did so against Villanova. Corey Stokes, welcome back, boy. Great to see him out there bearing threes. He was 6 and 10 from the perimeter at 20 for Nova. Under 4 to go. Malik Wayans slicing his dicing his way into the lane and draws the foul. 19 from Malik Wayans, but they got just 2 points from Corey Fisher. He was 1 for 10 from the field, 0 for 8 from the outside, and then Dwight Hardy. 34 points. The guy just did it all for St. John's, and then a minute 30 to go. DJ Kennedy's going to finish it off for the Johnnies as they get another road win. They're no longer a home team, folks. The Johnnies can win on the road. 81-68, the final over Villanova. A good battle at the KFC Yum Center between Louisville and Pittsburgh. First half, Kyle Kirk. Boy, this guy's come out of nowhere for Rick Pitino and the Cards as he buries a 3. 2 for 7 from the perimeter was Kyle Kirk. And then still in the first half, Louisville getting out and running. This is their game. When they get steals, they run, and they want easy buckets. Peyton Siva got that. Louisville up by 9 at the break. Second half, Gilbert Brown trying to bring him back in it. Hoop and the harm. Pittsburgh cuts it the gap to 2. But they're up by 3 at this point. Look at Mike Marr. Nice pass inside of the LN native. That's Stephen Van Treese, a guy that I really wish would have come to Purdue, but nevertheless, it's just sour grapes now. 15 to go. Once again, Louisville showing the defense. Peyton Siva, a little guy from Seattle, getting up and putting it down. Cards up by 7. 3 to go, though. This is when it gets interesting, when Gilbert Brown throwing it down, drawing the foul. Pittsburgh cuts into the lead once again. Minute to go. Brad Wanamaker really struggled in this game. 13 points, but had 12 rebounds and hit the shot there. It's tied at 54. Preston Knowles. Free throw line jumper, that's good. Cards back up by 2. It's so hard to win at the KFC Yum Center. But Brad Wanamaker, clutch shots down the stretch. Panthers tied up at 56, under 5. Look at Peyton Siva go down the lane, and Gary McGee says, not up in here. Look at him. Get the big paw up there and swat it out of here. We're going to overtime. In the OT session, Pittsburgh just went dead cold, getting just 3 points in the entire 5-minute period. Kyle Kirk had 3 points on that shot. So down to a 3-point game. Gilbert Brown had a great layup, a great opportunity to put it in, and then with 5 seconds left, Kyle Kirk is going to throw it down and end it, but not so fast, my friend. Look at this male cheerleader. Almost single-handedly giving it back to Pittsburgh and taking it to double overtime. Would earn the T, but it's still a 62-59 win for Louisville. Boy, a bad moment there for Rick Pitino and the Cards. But the spotlight game, Blacksburg, Virginia Tech, and Duke. College game day, great atmosphere. One guy that really just had it going for Virginia Tech, Eric Green. Normally not one of the big scorers for Virginia Tech. That's Malcolm Delaney. But he got things going on the right track for Vatek and the Maroon Monsoon, as he got things going in a big way with a couple buckets. Here, nice pass there from Terrell Bell to Allen for the green, I should say, for the lane. Nice presence of mind from Bell to leave it off to his teammate. Hokies, they're up by 2 at the half. But Seth Curry, you know, his pops Dell was an all-star. He was a great player in the NBA, the only player in Virginia Tech history to have his number retired, so probably the best Hokie basketball player in the history. Well, his son had some problems. I'll leave it at that. Seth Curry, 0 points. Eventually would foul out Malcolm Delaney with the bucket there, and his pops, all he can do is just put his hands in his head and then just wonder what would have happened. Second half, Dukies start to get on a run. Kyle Singler, his shot's been on and off all season long, but he finished with 22, 6 of 19 from the field. Under 5 to go. Vatek with a comeback in it. Look at Terrell Bell, 1-2. Give me all 3 of these in transition. Hokies come back from 6 down. They tied at 55. Coach K's upset about something. Under 3 to go. Take notice of Jeff Allen. The guy really just doesn't get very much pub for being a great player. Gets the goaltending call on that shot. 18 points, 15 boards for Jeff Allen, but he's not done. 2 minutes to go. He sort of starts this little mini rally with Malcolm Delaney. Finally, at last, Delaney bearing a 3, his only 3 of the game. He had 11. Vatek up by 5, and they're poised to pull it away when Duke makes it interesting once again. Mason Plumlee with the steal and the slam. It's down to a 3-point game. Under 10 seconds. Curry with the ball. That's not the guy you want to have the ball. Again, he didn't score. He fouled out. Why don't you give it to Nolan Smith or Kyle Singler? Maybe not the best play drawn up, but they're partying in Castle Coliseum as Seth Greenberg, a great victory for him and his team, and there's nothing like listening to Metallica's Enter Sandman at the end of the game. Vatek playing themselves into the tournament with a 64-60 victory. There's no team in D1 that has had more wins against the number 1 team than Virginia Tech in the last 5 years. Duke, all 3 losses of their season have been on the road, and it's now the 3rd straight week that a number 1 team has lost after they've just been put on the number 1 line. Ohio State, Kansas are 2 teams, and now Duke, once again, they've been number 1 before, and they've lost again. Remember, they were number 1 when they went to Florida State, and Chris Singleton had a great game, and the Seminoles were able to get a big win in the ACC. Now Duke, once again, Falls. And all I can say is what a great weekend of college basketball. We've got more to coming up next week as we break down the best of the week in Midnight Madness and college basketball. Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you later.